That'd be crazy if DOT could just blow into some private property and just start doing their thing. She already had it in her mind that she was gonna, she was gonna teach me something. She was gonna teach me a lesson. I just think she wasn't listening to me. She got excited when she saw a violation come through there. She was ready to get her pen and paper out and start writing some tickets and void my permit and everything. It should be closed. It's Saturday. I mean, surely they're taking the weekend off. We're not saving the world out here. Like, surely. Let's see. Well, their sign is turned off. So, I guess that means it's... No. That sign was turned off. This one's still up. Let me let you go. They're working the weekends. Alright, talk to you later. Bye. Saturday afternoon?
Back up.
Block all these people in. I just guess we're gonna have a big crowd in here. Told me we had a problem. She said I didn't have enough flags. She said my permit says I'm oversized and I've got to have flags on the widest part of the load. Going back and forth. I explained to her the widest part of my load is the trailer, so she let me go. Drivers all taking their 30-minute breaks.
For about 58 miles, continue straight.
Sat there trying to get out for 10 minutes. I guess guess this is like the only truck stop within 50 miles from either direction. Like I'm turning at Santa Rosa. Well, we made it up to Lalo's truck stop in Vaughn, New Mexico. I could be rolling right now, but my marker lights actually decided to act up in the morning instead of the afternoon. We'll wait on daylight before I take off, which is about 30 minutes away. It gave us time to get some breakfast burritos. I got some, I don't know how good the pizza would be in there, but their little burritos are good. And this place, I don't think it would fill up with parking. There's tons of parking. This is, you know, if you're running 54 to 70 through New Mexico, that's a good little spot. The only downside is, I mean, I don't know what kind of fuel cards they take here, and I'm not sure. Well, they close, that's the other thing, is they close at 11 and they don't open till 6. So if you're like me, you're normally up by 2 or 3 in the morning, and so if they don't open until 6, I did a lot of sitting around and waiting for them to open up this morning. And I guess the other thing, I'm not sure how active the DOT is through here, but there was a highway patrol or local police, I couldn't tell what he was, but he was just sitting like right on the edge of the parking lot I mean, he was there until I went to shut the curtains to the sleeper berth last night. And he was here right when I pulled in. I don't know if they, I mean, he wasn't on the property. Surely they wouldn't let DOT officers come in and do inspections on private property. Or I don't know what the laws are on that. I don't know if they have to have permission. You would think they would have to have permission from the landowner or from the property owner. That'd be crazy if DOT could just blow into some private property and just start doing their thing. But I had an issue with a little bit of an issue with the New Mexico scale house yesterday. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. I think I only spent maybe 15 minutes in there. There was 3 other people, so I was the 4th one in there. And whenever it was my turn, she just glanced out the window, and then she looked at my permit for like a split second. She just picked it up and set it down immediately. She said, "Well, I think we got a problem." She said, "Well, look here, you're oversized. You have to have 6 flags. You've got to have 2 of them on the truck. You got to have 2 of them on the rear of the trailer, and then you've got to have the widest point of your load flagged." So I just think she wasn't listening to me, because I just explained to her. I said, I've got 2 on the front. I've got 2 flags on the truck. I got 2 on the back of the trailer. I think one of them might have gotten trapped behind the oversize sign, because mine, when they flap, I'm not over width, so I don't have the poles or anything. I've just got them clipped in to the corners of the trailer. So every now and then that one on one corner it'll slide in behind the oversize sign. It'll kind of get trapped back there, because there's, that's like a little pocket where there's not a lot of airflow right behind the trailer. So I guess it had gotten trapped back there, but I told her, I said, there's flags everywhere they're supposed to be. And I explained to her the widest point of my load is the trailer. I've got the trailer flagged. And she cut me off. We went back and forth 3 times. She kept telling me, I don't think she listened to anything I said, because she kept telling me, well, sir, I'm looking, you have an oversized permit. This is required. You're required to have the widest point of your load flagged. She said that like 3 times. And I kept explaining to her, I've got the widest part of my load flagged. The widest part of my load is the trailer. If you like, I can put the flags on the narrower part of the load, like the load itself, but you know, if she wanted me to do that, I was going to ask for a written statement saying that she required me to do that, because I feel like that was violating the permit if she wanted me to do that. But I don't know, she just wasn't listening to me. I think she already had it in her mind. That she was gonna teach me something. She was gonna teach me a lesson. And then whenever, or before she even, I guess she didn't even realize it, because if she would have listened to what I said, she would have realized, okay, everything's good. But she just got all hot and bothered. She got excited when she saw a violation come through there. She was ready to get her pen and paper out and start writing some tickets and void my permit and everything. But I was as respectful as I could be, and just trying to tell her. I mean, I was asking, I wasn't telling her. I was telling her how my flags were situated and positioned, and I was asking her, is this okay in New Mexico? So I wasn't trying to be a dickhead and just tell her like look here, lady. So I was asking her. I was being polite and professional and respectful. It was a little worse just because there was 3 other people in there. It was like they had the whole scale, like there was no room for anyone else to park there. And she was in there working by herself, and she's like trying to keep up with the people coming through the scale and trying to mess with 4 people. Just put something on standby. Like, let people go through the scales and just focus on getting these people out of here that are in your weigh station. Or if you can't manage it, then don't bring people in. Just give them the green light. We're gonna go into our pre-trip. Sun's so bright, almost need sunglasses. So we got turn signals. We got turn signals, and we've got this back corner marker. But we don't have the middle 3, and the middle 3 is where the strobes are hooked up to. So this is the flag that was, so that flag was just trapped back in there when I rolled through that weigh station. But that tarp really does help. It really does. So, and this board is new. So the tarp is new, and this board back here is new. That just keeps it from bouncing around, because it's making contact. Like you can see right there is its point of contact. But all this is just, you know, suspended up in the air, kind of. And so I don't know if they had any problems with them, but they asked if it'd be okay if they put that there. And so of course, the only issue I had was they just shoved it up in there. I asked them to screw it down or nail it down, because yeah, those things don't stay in place. But yeah, I don't think I've gotten any. I don't think I've had to tighten any of the chains at all. Yep, we're gonna give it another couple minutes and then we'll jump on the road.
In 3.8 miles, turn left.
Got 142 miles to a little truck stop down there in Alamogordo. Stop and check on things there, and then we'll run across. We got that hill to climb over there. I think it's St. Augustine. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's a little mountain grade outside of Las Cruces. But we made it over without too much trouble last time, so I mean, it slowed us down quite a bit, but it wasn't too bad. So yeah, then we'll try to get set up in somewhere close to Phoenix, probably Eloy. I hate going into Phoenix. That Loves and Chandler area is just, it's always slam packed, and I feel claustrophobic in there. There's always a bunch of drop trailers blocking, so not a big fan of that Loves. I'll probably stay out in Eloy at the Express Fuel or TA or Petro. There's a bunch of them out there. I think there's a Loves out there too. There's a mechanic I've worked with before out there, or I've used before, in Eloy. So now today's Sunday. I won't be able to get them to look at it today, but I'm hoping if these marker lights are still screwed up tomorrow after I deliver, then I'll go see if he can figure things out. He's just a little local. I forget the name of his shop even. I gotta look it up. It's right outside. I think it's called Express Fuels. It's like right around the corner from that. Like if you're heading to the Caterpillar shop, it's on your way between Express Fuels and the cat shop there, or cat dealership. I'm assuming they're full service shop there. I'll check back in once we make it up the road a little ways.